How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Wolf, and welcome to my how I make 35 gold a day during my daily routine in Guild Wars 2. This is going to be me showing you my daily routine that I do every single day on reset at 5 p.m. PST. And by the end of it, I make around 30 to 35 gold. And to start us off, I start with my Tequaddle kill, which is exactly at reset, which is 5 p.m. PST, so I'll pop in a few minutes beforehand, and I will come in here and get my Tequaddle kill. Now, I am doing this during the Super Adventure box, so that's going to give us a little bit of extra gold, because there is an achievement called Extracurricular Activities, which will give you super loot bags, and these fellas will be worth about a gold apiece, roughly. And we'll just be posting them, and we are going to be selling everything instantly for the showcase of this. So this is actually not going to be the optimal way of making gold. This is just a setup that I wanted to do for to show you how to make raw gold if you're in the market for that. The way to actually go about doing this correctly is going to be to identify all of your unidentified items and all that sort of stuff, rather than just posting them like I'm going to be doing here. This is me showing you how I go about getting raw gold in Guild Wars 2, and this is just the simplest format to do that. So we're going to be selling all of our stuff off of Tequaddle there, and that's going to leave us with a couple of gold, probably about 5 golds worth of stuff. We get 1 gold from the Tequaddle kill, and then we made about 4 gold worth of stuff from selling it immediately on the trading post. You can also list these things to make even more gold if you want to wait a little bit. However, that some people are impatient, and I was just doing this for the fastest upfront amount of gold that you could possibly make. And then after that, we are going to be heading over to Malcor's Leap for our next thing to do, which is farming all of the logs that are around that area, that you are going to be doing with a plethora of characters if you have access to any of them. If you have multiple level 80 characters, this is a very good spot to park yourself, and I've done videos on this area in the past about how to make gold from this. Now, during this, you'll see me gaining snowflakes. I'm utilizing something from Christmas that will make you even more gold. If you play during the Winter's Day event, you can spend all of your karma on tools called Frostbitten tools. You can get sickles, mining pickaxes, and axes in general for these, and they will give you a snowflake every single time you hit a node. And I will be selling the average of snowflakes that I would probably get with just mining through things. So I got 22 logs, so I'm going to sell 22 snowflakes because it's a 1-for-1. It's just a lot of my characters have stacks of snowflakes on them because I've been stockpiling these items. And then you can sell those when Christmas comes around, or you can sell them just at any point whatsoever. So I have two bank characters literally full with frostbitten tools, and it has made me so much money. I'm probably sitting on about 50 to 100 gold worth of just snowflakes from logging in to do exactly what I'm doing right now. And this can also be done every single hour. This is not something that you do once a day. You can do this hourly, on the hour, on the hour, on the hour. For this showcase, I only did this once. I went through all of my characters, all 6 of them, and I teleported every single one to Malcor's Leap. Paga's Waypoint is where you want to come from. And I got all of the saplings and stuff on the way up to the little set of logs here, and then I logged them all, and I sold them all. And at the end of that, we end up with about 7 gold or so. And then after that, we want to do our daily completionist, which is going to give us 2 gold, and I do this by getting my PvP dailies, as well as getting one assorted random daily that is very easy to do in your daily list. Generally, there'll be like mine 10 items in fucking Kryta, or forage 4 plants in Ascalon or something like that. So I will get those, and then I will go and do a round of PvP, whether ranked or unranked depending on the dailies, and that will be that. And that will leave us at 9 gold so far. Then after that, I will pop into my guild halls with my frostbitten tools. My frostbitten sickle is generally the best use here. Fortunately, a lot of mine have run out now because I've been using tools since last Christmas, but they do still make you a nice significant amount of money. I have 2 guild halls because the thing is if you have guilds with different level synthesizers, you can actually use them separately that same day. So I don't know what exactly level they are, but just to explain that, for example, if one guild hall has a level 2 set of synthesizers, you can go through and mine all of those. And if you go to another guild hall that has a level 1 set of synthesizers, you can mine all of those as well. And they are on separate timers. They're still daily timers, but you can mine all of them at the same time. So getting into multiple guilds and just checking what their synthesizer level is and then keeping them in your back pocket in a list of guilds is very useful for making money. You can do this just by joining random map chat guilds and checking out their synthesizers by having a roll around their guild hall and then using and abusing them for free gold every single day. And then after that, we're going to pop over to Auric Basin. This is about an hour or 2 after my Tequatl kill. All of this routine was done in 3 hours, by the way. This is my daily routine. I play from 5 till 8, and I make about 35 gold. And yeah, so this is about 2 hours, 2.5 hours afterwards. And the Auric Basin is going to make you a nice chunk of change. This is going to be, of course, me selling everything from it. You get a lot of materials here that you can keep and utilize in legendary crafting or in things later on down the line. But, of course, for the sake of the showcase and making as much hard gold as possible, I am taking everything here and I am selling it. You will get exactly enough keys for opening every single chest in Auric Basin, or at least all the great and larger ones, just by doing the event. So make sure that you show up for the event, for the Auric Basin event, and you will get more than enough keys from it. This is one of the randomized drops that I got here, which is going to run me 5 gold, which was quite nice. This was out of one of the chests, it just popped up, and so that's a randomized added 5 gold there, which I will be taking out at the end. Well, I mean, I'm keeping it in for the general summary, but if we remove any of the sort of little bits of luck, like that drop, for example, we go down to 30 gold, and then if we remove the event that has gone on, we go down to 27. After the Auric Basin, we're looking at about 20 gold, and then we are going to pop into my T3 Fractals. Now, this is going to vary based on how geared your character is and how much Ascended gear you have. Obviously, the higher the better. I can't do Tier 4s just yet, but I can do some Tier 3s, and so we're going to be finding ourselves a Tier 3 Fractal group every single day, and we're going to be doing all of the dailies and all of the required fractals, or recommended fractals. If you don't know how to do those, I may do a guide for them later down the line. They are essentially just Guild Wars 2's 5-man content, or 5-man dungeon content. And so yeah, we're going to be doing those, and by the end of that, we're going to be selling off everything. And after my standard normal fractals, we're going to be looking at 28 gold. And then after my required fractals, we're going to be looking at 35 gold. Now, when it comes to fractals, we are not going to be vendoring the encryptions, or not vendoring, sorry. We're not going to be trading posting the encryptions. We are going to be opening them, as I have done the math on a lot of it. And here I'll be just trading posting every single thing that I've gotten from fractals so far. I have done the math on a lot of it, and it is actually worth it in regards to fractals and fractal discounted keys to use as many keys as you get from the daily chests, and then to buy discounted keys up until you crack open your encryptions. The biggest thing I recommend is that when you are opening your encryptions, to buy a few keys short of what you actually have, because there's a chance you get a key back from opening the encryption. So, as a result, what you can do is, say you have 24 encryptions, you buy 20 keys, and then you open 20 of them, and there's a chance you get 4 keys just in there. So then you make extra money that's, 60, 80 silver saved? Which adds up in the course of doing this multiple days in a row. You save 60 silver or 80 silver in 30 days, and that's 25 gold, right? This is just for changing this little bit of nuance that you've got to do in your gameplay routine there. And then we're going to have a couple of clips of my recommended fractals here as we get closer to the end of this. And that is pretty much my entire daily routine in Guild Wars 2. We're looking at a nice 35 gold to round out the day here. And as I said, if we take out some of the randomizations, we're looking at 30 gold if we're cutting out the pistol. And then we are looking at 27 if we cut out the event rewards. But that is, of course, whilst doing everything exceptionally suboptimally and for gold only. That's going to be my little audio take done, and join me in a second for my closing statement. And that is going to bring us to the end of this video. That's going to be my daily routine for Guild Wars 2, and I'll give us a quick little recap on everything that we went through, and then I will go and collect my gold at the end here. So, just to show you what we basically wound up with, here's my trading post. I shall show you the gold that I ended up with. And obviously the amount of gold that I have right now is going to be a little different because I ended up buying something on the gem store because one of the outfits I wanted came onto the store. As you can see me in the Strider armor that I've been wanting for months now, so that's pretty nice. But we wound up at 22, 26, 67, and we made was it about 10 gold from fractals, and we ended up with 2 gold from our daily, and then 1 gold from the Tequatl kill, which puts us at about 35 gold. Because obviously it's very difficult to track the amount of money you make off of selling the things from the fractals, because it goes straight into your bag rather than into the trading post. So I couldn't really get the exact amounts, but it was around 35 gold. And if you remove the variance and the event that went on, which was the variance was the pistol that I dropped, the 5 gold pistol, that removes 5 gold, and then Super Adventure Box removes about 3. So we're looking at about 27 to 30 gold per day, with about 3 hours worth of effort. All of the clips that you saw during this video, I recorded and got done within 3 hours. I started playing at 5, which was reset for my PST time, which I'm on, and I did everything by about 8 p.m. By 8, I had the Auric Basins done, I had the fractals done, and I did all the required fractals as well, or the recommended fractals. And yeah, after that, I went and gamed with some friends. So I made 30 gold in a day with very little variance. And that was just through hard selling everything. Now that is not the most optimal way to go about doing things, because if you want to play Guild Wars 2 optimally, you break down the unidentified items. More importantly, you actually identify them all, because when you identify them, you get a chance at getting exotics like this. And then these exotics, which are account bound, you can put them all into the Mystic Forge. You can put 4 of them into the Mystic Forge, and you can get back a an item that you can then sell on the trading post. Or you can identify all of your unidentified items, and there's a chance you just get exotics from that. I've gotten like exotics that are worth 5 gold just off identifying the unidentified gear. And you can get exotics from any color as well, like the blue ones, the green ones, and the rare ones can all give you exotics, or can give you precursors. Precursors are worth like 200 to 300 gold, depending. So it is always worth it to get yourself a copper-fed salvage-o-matic, and then identify all of the fucking blue ones, right-click it, salvage all fine and lower to break down everything, and then right-click the green unID'd armors, and then right-click, salvage all masterwork and lower. And if you start doing that, I promise you, you'll get higher upkeeps in materials, as well as in exotic drops just in general. So if you want to farm ectos, that's the way to do that. But if you just want raw gold for the sake of showcase, then this is the strategy you want to do, where you just literally sell everything. But yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a recap at the end here. Do let me know your opinions on it, and if you do anything else that I could add to the routine. I could have done a full home instance run, but that requires some variance, and you have to know people for that. I do have access to one that I can call pretty much whenever, but not a lot of people have that. So yeah, I figured I would work with things that are all readily available, so long as you play Guild Wars 2 and don't have any connections, basically. So yeah, figured I'd keep things as simple as possible. But thank you guys very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care.